chat. Let me see what's going on here, both with this game and with the check-in command. Let's look at the current with the check-in first here. Still not. Test that again. Now that's working. Let's check out the game. There we go. Alright, hello everyone. The bot should be working better, the game should be working better. I have a suspicion, since there was a 3-letter word there, that it wasn't using my dictionary that I have set up for it. It defaults to some other simpler dictionary when I have a bunch of stuff not saved on this computer that it's referencing. Things like that, the emote flashes on the screen and stuffs like that. Let's make some coffee. Okay, Scramble. Okay, Scramble. I mean, it's not a very culinary term either. I mean, they're all supposed to be culinary related, so I think that's the wrong dictionary on that one. Give that a moment to finish and do its initial. I always rush this. You're supposed to give this a good 30 to 40 seconds. A little bit less than I normally put in there for half and half, but it's the end of the bottle, so. Welcome in, Artistic Ape. Apologize, I do not speak Italian. And I am certainly not doing anything that anyone would hope to be authentic Italian tonight. Use terms on this stream is very generic. I'm just trying to make some tasty food. Thank you for the follow. Italians might take offense to my coffee opinions too. Welcome in, everyone. Cheers. Happy to see you all. Okay, first thing, we need pasta tonight. It's so much harder over there than over here. I'm sorry, I prefer the method of extracting coffee that gives you much more caffeine than espresso does. Eggs and flour. Well, I think that was sort of a backhanded apology at the same time. Well, technically you got the scramble right, but it didn't count you as playing for some reason, so it didn't give you the points. Normally it behaves much better, I promise. Sort of. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's entirely just the bot's messing up. You got a sub badge in chat though, for me though. Keep the whites and use them in the filling. Yeah, traditionally or typically this is a dried pasta that you can buy and stuff, or buy, cook and then stuff. My intentions are to skip the boiling and just use the baking. Like you can do a lasagna without necessarily cooking the pasta ahead of time. Again, I'm sorry to any Italian purists, any Italian grandmothers out there. Yeah, they're mostly asleep. It's what, usually midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that in Italy right now. It was entirely guesswork off of... I have a few people from UK that pop in here. And Oh, I'm more putting them in the category of wanting to claim how it should be done in their world. Or at least guarding myself from. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's much the same situation here where availability of ingredients changes. People's interest in spending time making certain things changes. I mean, there's a stat at least 10 years ago, if not longer ago, that I had heard where 20% of meals are already consumed in automobiles. I mean, you have to consider that you have truckers that essentially eat every meal in their vehicle. Essentially 20%. 1 in 5. Quit breaking on me. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing in my kneading and creating a rope instead of a... Hey, Ozzy. Yep, I'm rolling some pasta. Actually, I don't necessarily need to do a roller tonight, but it's actually going to make it a lot easier for making the tubes. I had to do a little thinking on how I was going to make the tubes. Flip it? You think that's gonna help me? I'll do it, it's not gonna help. If you know what I was doing there, essentially it works against me. I'll do it, but it's working against me. I've essentially had to spend all this time rebuilding it to get back to the same spot. Turn the fan on. To a degree that's true, and to a degree it's not. I've explained this before. Essentially, what you're doing when you're kneading is you're trying to essentially unravel the gluten proteins in the bread, which are coiled or balled up. And so, kneading in somewhat the same direction, getting them all going in the same direction is going to get you a better product faster than just going mad. Alright, I'm going to let this rest and allow myself to rest. We'll work on some other things here in the meantime before I start rolling that. There's not a whole lot of difference. We're talking egg versus water and flour. In both cases it's flour. Durum is still flour, it's just different grind on the same flour. And eggs are mostly water. And I used eggs, but you don't need to use eggs. You make pasta with water and just flour. Okay, meat. We gotta do some onion, some garlic. I'm going to go pretty fine on my cut tonight because use one knife too. This is all getting piped in a rather large hole of the bag. I'd say it's a bit larger than a Brunoise. I don't know what I would call it though for sure, because it's smaller than a small dice. Well, some of it's smaller than a small dice. It's not very... I'm certainly out of practice from college. But... yeah. All the way through the back there. Nice job on that one. No, I'm not doing a mirepoix. I'm doing no carrots, no celery here. Some sprouting garlic, apparently, though. Yeah, that's what everyone wants to call it these days. But I sort of think of a sofrito as, well, this isn't in the definition, so people use it all over the place, but I think of sofrito and I think of finely minced and cooked, and mirepoix is not necessarily cooked and is not really a size in my mind. It's just the general ratio of onion, 50% onion, 25 carrot, 25 celery. But that is my dated and non-French I'd love to you show me where you found that translation, because 2 colleges, culinary schools, years of working in the industry, and this is honestly the first time anyone has told me that mirepoix was a cut size. Ooh, what is this? We got a couple of cloves going on here, apparently. Yeah, we'll leave that, even though it's got a sprout going. Can be a little bitter, but I don't think I'm going to notice it. Come on, cut. Quit slipping on me. Nan Reader giving me ideas for dessert. I have 2 containers. I had one yesterday, but I had the leftover cranberry juice and apple cider, and I added some sugar so it's liquefied at the bottom where the sugar was. Run that through the machine and get that sorbet smooth. It was pretty good. Okay, nah, you're good. Got all on top of my recipes here for the next couple of weeks here. And so, menus filled out today for casseroles. Gonna be doing Manicotti tonight. Gonna be doing, what is it I'm doing on Sunday? Oh, chili. 2 meat chili. Gonna do some stew beef meat, along with some ground pork. Maybe some beans, and then I'm gonna top that with cornbread. So it'll be chili and cornbread together as our second casserole. I thought that might be a fun one to try or check out or see what it turns out like. And on Tuesday, instead of tacos, we're gonna be doing the Southwest casserole. So I got a pucko beef tonight. More a condition of where I chose to go do my shopping and how much I wanted to pay for beef. Because how do I do a cornbread? Cornbread is a southern U.S. food, typically, traditionally. And it's using cornmeal or slightly finer. I sort of like, I've got this cornmeal over here, but this is a medium grind. It's not a, like, I think cornmeal and I think a pretty heavy grind. This is slightly grittier than flour. And then you treat it somewhat like a cake, at least here in the States. So you're doing like a quick bread or a cake. So chemical leaveners, eggs, and cornmeal. And in the case going with the chili, I'm thinking maybe some pickled jalapeno in there. Oh. Oopsies. Depends on whose recipe you follow. Some people do straight corn flour, some people do a combination of AP flour, which I know you don't have AP flour in Europe either, but what I think of is all-purpose flour or a white soft flour, or it's a hard flour, but it's a soft flour as far as a hard flour. Yeah, I know that they don't have that typically in Europe, although it is like the #1 flour used here in the US. We have other flours, but like we use flour in recipes and it's AP flour. It's all purpose. They even sell it these days with the option to have baking powder or baking soda already mixed into it at the proper ratios. No, well, AP flour by itself is not an already mixed product. I was saying that these days they actually have it with those things in it as well, available. But AP flour by itself is just a very general purpose grind of flour that works for anything from cakes to light breads, and like we still have bread flour. We still have, other. Oh, you like my pucko beef? I don't like buying beef this way typically, but this is one of the more cheaper available options. And I was saying, depending on what store I go to, but I typically try and find it fresh ground at the store, because typically that means it was 1 or 2 cows involved in the mix instead of, say, 50 at a plant, which this probably has. Yeah, Nan Reader, but I wouldn't want to make a cornbread out of polenta. But yeah, polenta's great too, but it's in the same ballpark of grinds, but like, I think of polenta is the equivalent of grits. It's just... Hey, Bonds. Bit of garlic powder. This is onion powder, actually, but a little garlic powder too. Some dried oregano. A bit more salt. Pepper. Pull that off to a second pan here. Garlic. Onion. I'm sort of lucky in my location in the US too, because have all of the, it's like the equivalent of the Mediterranean for Europe. We've got all of the fresh food here. Vast majority of the vast majority of our produce is grown in California. I'm up in Sonoma County, so I'm not down in the salad bowl as it's known. So I am thinking I am going to have to run this meat through the blender with some of the other ingredients here in order to get this smooth enough to pipe it into the pasta that I want to make tonight. Get out the pasta roller while waiting all that, and I'll also grab my secret tool tonight. I gotta clean it though. Not tonight, Care. I do alcohol on stream quite frequently, but I've just done a week of cocktails every night on stream. So, well, not every night, but my normal 4 nights. And so, I think I'm going to take it easy for a couple of nights here with the booze. We want these just to sort of sweat through at this point. I want to get a ton of color on. I want a little color, but I have about as much color as I would be happy with, so we're going to turn this down a bit. Oh, to deglaze? Still, I don't have, no, unfortunately. I've tried keeping bagged wine around the kitchen, but I never go through it in a timely manner. I know they say that it lasts forever, but it does last quite a while in a sealed bag. And I could get one of the higher alcohol ones. Like I've been telling Chad, I've been wanting to grab another bottle of port for a while. Do I have the acidic taste though? I wasn't answering because I didn't think it really needed an answer. Not even half done. Yeah, my coffee's almost done for now. Have to switch over to... Now we're getting there. Those are starting to look nice and translucent. Almost there. A little bit more. turn the flame off on these now. Just let the cast iron finish up with cooking them through. But I'm happy with them as they are now. Starting to get there. Not for this. I'll have, first off, I want it to be a little bit thicker for this, since it's going to be a baked dish. I use the thinnest setting, honestly, for little other than if I'm going to do like 1,000 layer or one of those, you know, like hugely layered lasagnas. Which this isn't too far off of a lasagna, but sort of like lasagna's cousin. On the third setting here. Now 4 is where we start getting into, 4 out of 7 is where I feel we start getting into like usable thickness for most pastas. It's on the thicker end, but usable. It's nice for, like, say, if I'm going to cut this into a fettuccine. It's, you know, it's thick, but it's usable. Now the question is, do I stop at 5 or do I stop at 6? This is already a lot of pasta here. something got embedded in it at the very end there. For the most part, I'm debating on that one, to be honest with you, Kara. This is one of those dishes. This is sort of like if you took lasagna and had a baby with enchiladas. So we're taking tubes of this pasta, which I'm going to try and make using the test tube there, and then filling those with a filling of ricotta cheese, the beef, the onions, the garlic. And then we're coating it with sauce, and then we're coating it with a little bit of mozzarella over the top of that. So it's a little bit like lasagna, but it's like enchiladas, but with lasagna ingredients. I think I am going to go with this thickness here. Can I do it this way? Awesome. Awesome. We'll cut off this little messy edge here. That one was a bit short. Can we get the glass back out? Should have maybe oiled the glass beforehand. It's not moving? It's moving for most of it. No. But we do have a template. We can make a template for what size we want to make them to fill. Grab a little AP flour. I will struggle with the filling. I will I? I'm just going to start calling you backseat. You don't like it, watch someone else. I mess up sometimes. I mean, this is not going to my original plan here, obviously. I'm improvising on the fly. And as to your cooking statement, I already stated earlier that my intentions were to use fresh pasta, since with lasagna, in many cases, you can use fresh pasta without cooking it. The idea is the sauce and the moisture from the filling are going to be enough for the pasta to do its thing. Just a little bit to keep these from sticking. Actually, I don't need to stack them this heavily either. Okay, now we need to get this mixture going together, but this is very obviously not going to go through a bag very easily. It's tasty though. And so I don't have a good, well, can I maybe use the, for this? That's a lot for that machine though. Like, I don't have a proper Vitamix. I don't have a proper, I do have a proper Vitamix. I have a Royal Vitamix, and I'm thinking I'm going to use my Vitamix in lieu of not having like a food processor typically at all. A couple of different names for those, and I always forget the name of Roboku, typical one that you find in most restaurants. Lox and bagels and cream cheese. Oh, I was thinking it was about time that I needed to do another batch of doing some English crumpets with some. I was thinking maybe some salmon this time with my hollandaise and. Ooh, that's a great gift. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with a toaster. I mean, just avocado. I mean, I know you're a fan of all the veggies and all that. Just avocado toast alone. So instead of blending this in a food processor, I'm going to give it a spin in my Vitamix. So we have our beef. All the juices and all that. Get that all in there with my hand. And all of our onions and garlic. I would do this under the camera, but it's like the perfect height. I always bump the camera when I try and put things in the Vitamix. What's your favorite word, Fluffy? Now, quick, find another way to describe it. Vitamix is a brand name, and it's sort of like the go-to name when it comes to restaurants as far as a blender, general purpose blender, not a drink blender. I would say other names when it comes like Hamilton Beach or something like that when it comes to a drink blender. Maybe. People will argue with me on that one. But anyways, what you have here in the States is you have actually that lovely symbol right there, NSF, is a association. It's not a government association. It's not a part of the government. But it is one of the organizations that is approved by the government to say this equipment is built of stuff that is not going to poison people, that is easy to clean, is going to actually last. Primarily, it's a durability test, and made from safe materials thing. And so there's a couple of brands in the U.S. that have sort of bridged this gap of making tools that are many people buy for the home, but are like restaurant quality and restaurant grade. So they're considerably more expensive, but the only reason that they're as cheap as they are is because they're mass produced and sold in large numbers. And so Vitamix is one of those names. The home mixers, even though they are not the same anymore, that everyone buys in the US are, and that also goes for Roboku. And I'm debating whether I want to mix the cheese in there too. I think I'm going to add the cheese in the blend with this too, because it's just going to add to things that the blades will not absolutely ruin. And so, brand of ricotta that I like sells theirs still in the plastic aging tray. And why not add all the juices in there too? I paid for them. Why not eat them? Swing and a miss. And lastly, well, actually not lastly, almost lastly, bit of freeze-dried thyme. And I only bought this pack. I hate these packs of basil, but the only reason I bought this pack of basil because it was just about the right amount of basil that I wanted to use for tonight. Hate's a strong word. I dislike. They rarely. They're not great at holding the herbs that they sell in them, and quite often the supermarkets or markets that they're sold keep them for too long or don't pay good enough attention so that they're it's on the large. These are on the large size, but I've seen basil that's even larger than that. All sorts of varieties of everything out there. And so I'm going to mute everything here in the kitchen because the blender drives all the microphones nuts. And we're going to give this a spin. Ooh, mushroom duck salad. And so here we have our mixture of meat, onion, basil, all sorts of other stuff, but we're going to scrape the sides and give this another spin. I just wanted to make sure everything gets incorporated. So we're gonna carefully gonna file that under ugly delicious. Give that one more spin. I forgot something I was going to add into that, so I'm going to add that in there now. This is almost entirely just because I had them left over from making the pasta, but we got those 2 egg whites, so I'm just going to give those a quick blend to incorporate. Okay. I'm thinking this is a little looser than I want it to be. So I'm gonna Add a bit of breadcrumb in there. Help tighten it up a bit. It'll tighten up even more as it cooks with the egg white in there. I'm still looking to see if there's anything like any pieces of leaf or anything like that that might clog up the bag. And so pastry bag, our ground meat and cheese mixture in there with onions and garlic and herbs. That's certainly thin enough to be pipeable now. Nice. And I guess I gotta get my serving dish out here now, which means I should probably start heating up the oven to have that preheated. I'm debating, do I want to go with that? I think I'm going to be able to fit even more than that, though. What else do I have available? I think I'm gonna go with that, I guess. Ooh, that's a thought though too. Tomato would not do great in that though. I do have a nice roasting pan that can maybe work for this casserole, but I guess I'm going with this one, which I think I'm gonna overload this one with the Manicotti I've got here. Maybe I do gotta pull the roaster out here. And then the roaster isn't there? Where do I have that hidden? Is that over here now? That's just a disaster waiting to happen there. Oh geez, I got so much stuff in that. I don't want to do that. All my pans that I want to use for this are not in service. Got other stuff in them, or I guess I'm gonna go with this. And I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of these like this right now because I can't set the bag down. Oh, that's why I needed the container out here first too. I bought a sauce for tonight's topping. Local Sonoma made. And just a light layer in the bottom of the bowl there, along that line there, just so that all that pasta isn't sitting directly on the bottom of the plate. As soon as we get some more room on the cutting board, I'll move the whole dish where you can see where everything's in here. I guess I can maybe do this too. think I'm only going to get about 2 more into this pan, which was, I mean, I've certainly got more pasta and filling and sauce than that, so I'm thinking I might have to go for a second container here. Maybe we'll do a pie tin too. One more in the center there. A little more sauce over the top. Again, I'm doing fresh pasta, so I'm going to do a little heavier on the sauce, but this is one of those things where you can certainly do the whole, where I like to do my enchiladas actually, where you don't completely coat the pasta in the sauce, especially if you're cooking it beforehand, which the majority of people that are making this dish are buying pre-made dried manicotti rolls and then cooking them off, using piping bag to fill them up long-wise rather than rolling them like I have, and then rolling and putting them flat in a 9x16, 9x11, and putting the sauce down the center so you get the little like crispy pasta on the sides of it. You can certainly do that. I'm not doing that because I'm going with fresh pasta and I need that extra liquid in there. I want that extra moisture in there in order to cook all the pasta through. But I think I'm going to do a pie pan here too. Let's grab the big one. Squeeze that one out a little bit too much. It's the last pasta I got, so I've got more filling than I got pasta. Any wigglers? So there's our second one. It's alright, give it a couple of months and everyone's going to be playing it because of the new update. Okay, so we got this one. We've got our two dishes here. Got to add final touches here. We're going to add a touch more basil to this project. Yeah, and bamboo blocks. Got a little bit more to garnish. a bunny sanctuary. How am I not shocked by that? I got the tomatoes out here and not even using them tonight. Not even using them tonight. Now that is a soft enough mozzarella that I'm not going to be able to shred that very nicely. And so rinse off the blade. And slice our mozzarella instead. There's our first one. Almost ready for the oven. Almost. Cheers to you. Welcome in, Casserole. How you doing this week? Ooh. What you doing with your vacation time? Vacation time. And how can we ever do this without adding some of the Italian MSG? trying to use this block up here. But yeah, I was sort of thinking maybe doing a Minecraft stream tomorrow. Tonight I'm sort of thinking movie time maybe. Alright, so those are now properly coated in everything that we wanted there. Got a little bit of sauce left over. This is a large jar of sauce. This is more in your, yeah, this is a 25-ounce jar of sauce, so a little bit more than your typical. I sort of think they typically do pints when it comes to 16-ounce, when it comes to tomato sauces. But yeah, we'll see. Have to look. I'm not 100% sure if I have it or not. But maybe watch Twister Discord later. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on that. I got many other potential ideas running around in my head. But after the fun in Discord earlier today, okay, both of these going into the oven now. I'm not going to bother. Well, yeah, let's do pan and parchment underneath just in case to catch any bubble over. Squeeze them both on one. Nice. Probably not great for the airflow, but makes my life easier. We'll throw these into the oven here. And I'm going to do a little cleanup while those go. Oh, I got an idea what else I can do here while those are cooking. I'm going to do a little cleanup before I do that though. But I'm going to do that other thingy of sorbet. And I'll show chat. I'll have to mute the mics because I know the machine will run. It's loud like the blender. But we'll blend up some cranberry apple sorbet. I set the timer on the oven for 20 minutes. And that's because I normally think cooking things in the oven, and I think, 350, 40 minutes or so. But these are rather thin. They're not very, it's not, they don't have as much to heat up there. And so I'm guessing it's going to cook a little bit quicker. Might be more like 25-30 minutes, but don't want to overcook it at the same time. The all-important Vitamix plunger. This is one of those great examples of what NSF will do to something as far as the certification and proving that it's safe and useful for commercial use. I bought this. This is not the official Vitamix plunger. I have bought this. I think I bought this for $7, something like that. I mean, it's molded plastic. It's never going to, unless you use it wrong, like one of my former employees did, it's never going to touch the blades. And it's the reason that I have a $7 one, because I had the $40+ Vitamix one, and my employee screwed it up. Blended it into a soup, then told me after it was already sold. Yeah, let me do a recall to those people I met once at a farmer's market. And it's the only time they're going to the farmer's market this year. The joys of business. Looks like I got some snacking mozzarella. Since other than ingredient challenges, we got everything planned out for 2 weeks now. I even got everything ordered. Or rather, I got most everything ordered. I made an order for me to pick up tomorrow morning from the market of all the stuff that is shelf stable for the next 2 weeks. And I've got a list also of everything that I need to get fresh, that I only want, you know, like the proteins that I'm buying a couple of chickens, but like I'm so like ahead of the game right now. Ugh. I don't even know what to do with this. It's ugly delicious. I'm sure it tastes amazing. In fact, yeah, that's mighty tasty. It's all cooked. I mean, you saw me cook all the beef and everything in it. So I'm gonna have to think of something to do with that. Yeah, it's sort of strange. Like I've gone from this, like back when I first started streaming, like Mixer days, before I came onto Twitch and everyone started reading what I was doing and doing things I was doing the day before I do them, I had a calendar out several months just listed straight up on my page of I'm doing this, you know. And like I said, I had that issue here on Twitch where as soon as I moved over here with Mixer, there was a huge boom right at the same time with all COVID and everything else going on. And so I had, you know, like everything listed out there, and for all the other streamers were like, well, that's easy. Those are easy ideas for me to do. That's also something I was going to do here. Let's do up a quick vinaigrette. Let's start with this. Apple cider vinegar. A little sherry vinegar. More Dijon than I wanted to put in there, but Dijon. And I put it away. What's that doing out still? Honey in there with our vinegar and mustard. Cracked pepper. salt, MSG, and lastly a bunch of vinegar, or a bunch of olive oil. But this is not going to be emulsified. We'll give it a good mix up even still though. Yeah, that's tasty. That'll work. And we have the rest of the leftover radish sprouts. Sorry for the bag noise. That was maybe a little small of a bowl for this. Yeah, it works. And these are radish sprouts, so they're going to be a bit spicy, and they have that radishy, or yeah, radish finish. I was sort of wanting to say almost cabbagey or a bit radish finish to it. Ice cream or sorbet. So again, we have our somewhat frozen mixture of apple cider, cranberry juice, and a bit of sugar. The sugar keeping some of it completely freezing, but otherwise that's been in the freezer for almost 48 hours now, so that is pretty well solid frozen. Put that in the blending apparatus. We'll mute the mics and run this through the machine. I wish I could show you how it locks into the machine. It's like so intricate and controlled of a design, but unfortunately I don't have a good camera setup for that. almost did everything there. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I should just delete that. I don't need Stream Pirate stuff in there anymore. So we take our special apparatus back out. And we have the blade back up here in the top. And we have sorbet. Which, it gets even better if you take it out of this and give it a whole mix, because at the bottom it'll still be a little softer than it is at the top. But this machine is pretty awesome for stuff like this. Which, it's not exactly streamer friendly, because it's essentially you got to do everything the day ahead and freeze it. And we'll wait till it becomes a frozen block. But yeah, that's tasty. I used to make sorbet all the time with my little mixer up there that I've used on stream before. So much better. So let's take our... Since I'm not going to enjoy this right now, I'm going to enjoy this after dinner. I'm going to go ahead and throw the lid back on top of that and throw this in the fridge. I could throw this in the freezer, but freezer it's going to refreeze and lose the texture. If I throw it in the fridge, I think it'll at least hold texture and not freeze as much. I think I want to give those a little bit longer. I'm going to give them a full 10 minutes from here. Touch more salt and pepper over the top. Let's recenter our camera. Give the close-up there for buns. And then it's not going to be enough time. I think I'm going to make a simple yeast bread recipe, and then just throw the rest of our meat mixture in the middle of the bread recipe and bake that as a thing, maybe for tomorrow. I mean, I probably have plenty of pasta for tomorrow too. What was I going to grab? Oh. My lid for this. Kale salad, not kale chips. Like, this dressing was worthwhile of using olive oil with, because this will get you the flavor of olive oil. Thinking of olive oil, because I keep forgetting to buy more sunflower oil, and so I'm down to the more expensive. I didn't put it on my order. So I need to add oil to my list of things to pick up fresh. Sesame ginger's nice. It's a really easy one to make too, as far as recipe wise, because sesame oil will get you all the flavor. You don't need to add any actual sesame in there. You can actually make that. That's actually a very cheap dressing to make. Now I'm thinking about it. You can use a very neutral vinegar, real cheap, almost white vinegar, and just cut it down. You can use cheap oil. You don't want to really add a whole lot of flavor there, because sesame is a rather mild flavor. And then just add a little bit of sesame oil, which you don't need a lot for that flavor in there. And then you can add ginger powder, you know, like ground dried ginger. And yeah. Season to taste and you're ready to go. Aw, Dad joke. That sounded like a wife joke. Dad joke, why are you telling wife jokes? Then again, I mean, who's to say you can have more than one dad in the family? I'm not... Sad truth. I never wanted to be a comedian. I do like stand-up comedy a lot, though. Which is bumming me out now, because it's going to drive me nuts, because I saw a stand-up comic the other day that I thought was hilarious. And I have no clue what his name was. Although his opening joke that absolutely caught me is one of those jokes you can really only tell once. And I'm gonna mess it up, so I'm not gonna retell it. But I'm sad now that I can't remember his name. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make myself 2 minutes. I don't got time to do it before stuff comes out of the oven, but I'm gonna make a simple yeast dough. I'm gonna throw in the last of this sauce. I'm gonna throw in that filling, and I'm just gonna roll it together. Since it's all cooked, it's all safe to eat, ready to eat, and then just bake the bread around it like it's like it's a Wellington almost, but with a thick bread crust. So that'll probably be in the Discord if I get around to it. I'm going two-handed here for this. Good at getting your friends killed in Minecraft. Yeah, you playing a public server? Now, Minecraft works for me because it's something that I can half AFK. I mean, when I stream it, I don't, but I like Minecraft because it's something that I can easily walk away from. I guess we can do one of these over here too. Maybe should have done that before I tried to take photos. Alright, let's see what this turns out like. We dish it out of the dish. I think I'm going for this one since this is the little bit looser packed one. I think it turned out looking a little prettier, but do want to show on stream that final product somewhat like it's folded. It's obviously folded, but yeah, that's yummy. That'll do. I can eat that. I can eat that. And that'll go great with the cranberry in my water tonight. As usual, photos will be up on Discord here shortly. But I think I am going to call it a night there. Appreciate you all joining in with me tonight. As I was saying before, do have the whole calendar filled out here for the next 2 weeks. We got everything planned. Going to be doing casseroles the rest of this week. We got chili on Sunday. We got Southwest casserole on Tuesday. We also got ingredient challenge going on in the Discord right now. The vote going for next week. So please join into the Discord. Please give that a vote. Please add your own suggestions in there. And thank you all for joining in with me tonight. I hope you all have a lovely evening. I don't think I'm going to raid anyone tonight. I'm just going to go and enjoy this. And hope to see you back on Sunday. Good night, everyone.